Now that we're all talking about the royal family following the Harry and Meghan interview with Oprah Winfrey, I thought we should break down some secrets of the family that they wished we didn't know. I'm Mackenzie, you're watching InformOverload, and let's get into the top 10 dark royal family secrets they don't want you to know, and make sure to subscribe if you're new here. And at number 10, Prince Charles is not Harry's real dad. Ever since Princess Diana exposed that she had cheated on Prince Charles with a man named James Hewitt during her marriage with Charles, many people have speculated if Charles is actually Harry's real father. In 1995, Diana exposed the affair in a tell-all interview with journalist Martin Bashir on the BBC program Panorama, where she admitted to having a 5-year-long relationship with Hewitt, who is in the military. The main basis of the rumor seems to be the fact that both Hewitt and Prince Harry have red hair, while neither Charles or Diana did. However, both Diana and Charles have red hair in their families. Since the rumor picked up steam after Diana passed, Hewitt has been adamant in the press that he is not Harry's father, and said that Harry was born before their relationship even started. However, many don't believe the timeline that we've been told of Diana and James's relationship, and claim it could have been altered by the family. And at number 9, the Queen's secret cousins. In 2011, a documentary called The Queen's Hidden Cousins exposed the Queen Elizabeth II actually had 2 cousins that were never known to the public. This is because both cousins had mental disabilities. Back in the 1940s, when the women were born, these conditions were not as well understood as they are today, and the royal family felt that it would be an embarrassment to the family if they were revealed. The cousins, named Nerissa and Catherine Bowes-Lyon, were consequently left in a mental institution for decades alone, with nobody in the royal family coming to visit them, because most people in the family didn't even know they existed. In the documentary, nurses who oversaw them confirmed that no members of the royal family ever visited the sisters, and also stated the sisters were unable to articulate speech but had a great mischievous spirit. Many of the claims in the documentary were disputed by the family, however. And at number 8, Diana was terribly unhappy. When Diana and Charles got married, it looked like a picture-perfect wedding. However, we learned many years later that her time in the marriage was horrible, and she struggled with many mental health issues during the marriage. After her passing, private notes and taped telephone conversations painted the real picture of the marriage, including at one point when she had an eating disorder. She even spoke of how she contemplated taking her own life at times because of how unhappy she was. She even said that she threw herself down the stairs when she was 3 months pregnant with Prince William as a cry for help from the family. Apparently, after it happened, the Queen came out and was, quote, absolutely horrified, shaking. She was so frightened. And at number 7, Princess Anne's dog. Princess Anne, who was the only daughter of Queen Elizabeth, got in her own scandal after her beloved dog bit a young boy. Apparently in 2002, Princess Anne and her husband were putting their dogs into a car after walking them in a park, and one of the dogs, an English Bull Terrier, escaped, then attacked a boy who was riding a bike. The parents of the boy took legal action, and Princess Anne was required to go to court and ended up being ordered to pay a fine, which was the first time a senior member of the royal family had been criminally charged. Usually the dog would also be put down in these circumstances, but it was allowed to live. However, the following year, that same dog struck again and killed one of the Queen's corgis. And at number 6, Prince Harry caught using racial slurs. In 2009, a huge scandal erupted after Prince Harry was exposed for using racial slurs. The most peculiar part, however, was that it seemed that Prince Harry was the one that actually exposed himself. The video showed him using offensive language when speaking about his army platoon whilst they were waiting to be deployed from Sandhurst Military Academy. It looked like Harry shot the video himself. You can hear Harry say offensive language and racially insensitive terms. After the video went viral, Harry was forced to make a public apology. However, the damage was already done. There was also another scandal where Harry dressed up as Germany's leader during the Second World War for a Halloween party, so neither incident was a one-time thing. Halfway number 5, Meghan Markle's mental health struggles. After it was announced that Harry and Meghan would be stepping back from the royal family, many people wondered the real reason as to why. Meghan ended up revealing the truth in her tell-all interview with Oprah. Apparently, Meghan was struggling with her mental health, and the palace did not get her the help that she was desperately seeking, even saying at one point that she was thinking of seriously harming herself. She said in the interview, quote, "I've never felt this way before, and I need to go somewhere to get help." But after she discussed her concerns with the palace, Meghan said, quote, "I was told that I couldn't get help, that it wouldn't be good for the institution." And when it got to the worst point, Harry made the decision to leave the royal family and get Meghan the help that she needed. And at number 4, Princess Beatrice dated a convict. The royal family are very particular about who they date, because dating the wrong person could be a publicity nightmare. And this is exactly what happened with Princess Beatrice. In 2006, the princess actually dated a convicted criminal. The man named Paolo Luiso was arrested for manslaughter after he beat a a man to his death. However, this charge was later dropped and Louisa was put on probation. Although the palace wasn't thrilled about Beatrice's man, the Duchess of York released a statement at that time saying they trusted their daughter to make the right decision. And at number 3, the royal family might not be royal. This one is a more far-fetched theory rather than a real secret, but there are rumors that the current royal family does not actually have royal blood. This is because in 2012, more than 500 years after Richard III's death, his remains were discovered and scientists confirmed it was actually him. But the issue is that his DNA did not match any of the current members of the royal family. Scientists described it as a quote false paternity event, with them thinking that an affair that happened many years ago is what broke up the royal bloodline. And this would mean the current royal family is not actually related to the past royals. And at number 2, Tampon Gate. This is not only scandalous, but mostly incredibly embarrassing to all parties involved. As we all know now, Prince Charles and his current wife Camilla had a lengthy affair for most of the time that both of them were married. They also called each other very frequently. One of these calls was leaked in 1992, and it was not pretty. The long exchange divulged some details I'm sure the pair was hoping would remain a secret forever. While the two were talking, the conversation went like, quote, "Charles, oh my god, I'll just live inside your trousers or something. It would just be much easier." Then Camilla said, "What are you going to turn into, a pair of knickers? Or you're gonna come back as a pair of knickers?" Charles then replied, quote, "Or God forbid a Tampax, just my luck." Then Camilla added, quote, "You're a complete idiot." Oh, what a wonderful idea. Obviously, they were just joking around, but I don't think anyone has looked at the couple the same way since. And in at number 1, no schooling for Meghan. Another secret that Meghan revealed in the Oprah interview was that she was not given any sort of schooling by the royal family once she became a royal. She told Oprah that she was dedicated to learn, but quote, there was no guidance. Adding, quote, "Unlike what you see in the movies, there's no class on how to speak, how to cross your legs, how to be royal. There's none of that training that might exist for other members of the family. That was not something that was offered to me." She even added that she took it upon herself to learn the proper way to do things online before royal commitments, saying, quote, "Even down to the national anthem. No one thought to say, oh, you're American, you're not gonna know that," Markle said. Many people wondered if it was a common thing for royals to not be educated like this, or if Meghan was given different treatment because of her background. So that's all for the video. Let me know your thoughts on it below. But before I head out, I'm gonna shout out some comments from my video on children's books that have been banned. Daynex Machina said, "When I was a teenager, I made a point to find lists of banned books and read them." Honestly, very good idea. I feel like you'd find some really interesting books that way. Tessa Dawson said, "What did they expect the Diary of Anne Frank to be about? A happy fun time? Like, duh, it's depressing." Yeah, and I think that's really the point. That's the learning lesson in the whole book, is the kind of tragedy that ensues in the whole thing. And Lisa Westerkamp said, "That's a stupid question. No book should ever be banned." I actually agree with that, honestly. Alright guys, that's all for the video today. Thank you so much for sticking around if you made it all the way here. If you liked the video and want to see some more, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel below. I've been your host, Mackenzie Smith, and I will catch you all in the next one.